Treyven and Guy Wolf, the Crow of Detroit. A story about never giving up. Chapter 1. The Gap at Riverside. Treyven was 9 years old, and his skateboard was his most treasured possession. It wasn't new, its grip tape was peeling, and the bottom had paint scratches from endless tries, but to Treyven, it was perfect. Every day after school, Treyven hopped off the city bus and headed straight to Riverside Skatepark, right by the Detroit River. The wind carried the smell of the river, mixed with the faint tang of hot asphalt and the distant sizzle from nearby food carts. From the ramps, you could see the Ambassador Bridge stretching to Canada, cars humming across in the distance. The park was alive with sounds, wheels clattering on concrete, kids shouting, and music from a boombox bouncing off the old warehouses. Treyven's playground had ramps, rails, and one challenge: the Riverside Gap, a wide space between two concrete platforms with the Detroit skyline in the background. Treyven had been trying it for 5 days straight. Every time, he'd roll toward it, pop the board, and bam! Land short, tumble forward, or watch the board shoot out from under him. One windy afternoon, Treyven sat on the edge of the platform, helmet hanging from his fingers. The smell of chili dogs from Lafayette, Coney Island drifted over the river breeze. "That's it," he muttered. "I'm done. I'll never make it." Chapter 2. Enter Guy Wolf. A sudden whoosh of wings broke the quiet. A sleek black crow landed on the rail beside him, tilting its head like it was sizing him up. "Giving up already?" the crow asked, his voice sharp like a horn honking down Woodward Avenue. Treyven nearly fell backward. "Wait, did you just talk?" "Of course I talk. Name's Guy Wolf, and I've been watching you all week from the old warehouse roof." Treyven scrunched up his nose. "Guy Wolf. That's your name?" "Yup," said the crow proudly. "Guy Wolf. Remember it." Treyven laughed. "That's kind of a silly name for a crow." Guy Wolf ruffled his feathers. "Silly? Maybe. Wise? Definitely. Now stop laughing and listen. I've got something important to tell you." Chapter 3. The Detroit Lesson. Guy Wolf hopped closer, feathers glinting in the sunlight. "You've got fire, kid, but you're missing something." Treyven frowned. "Missing something? Like what?" Guy Wolf tilted his head, eyes glinting. "You need a Coney dog from Dooley's Coney Island, a large Coke, and bring me the fries." Treyven blinked. "Wait, what?" "Ha ha!" Guy Wolf cackled loudly, wings flapping with laughter. "I'm just messing with you, but seriously, you're missing persistence." Treyven rolled his eyes, but a small grin spread across his face. "Geez, Guy Wolf, you almost had me running to Dooley's." "Pain's proof you're trying. You think falling means failing, but here in Detroit, we don't stop because something's hard. We keep going until we get it. Remember that big Joe Louis fist downtown? It's not decoration. It's a reminder to keep swinging, even when you've taken a few hits." Treyven nodded slowly, still chuckling. "All right, no more running for Coney dogs. I'll try again." Guy Wolf ruffled his feathers and cawed. "Good. Now let's get to work. Every fall is a step closer to flying, or, in your case, skating the gap." Chapter 4. Training Days. The next day, Treyven was back at the gap. He rolled up, popped, and fell, but instead of groaning, he grinned. Guy Wolf was always nearby, sometimes perched on the chain-link fence, sometimes on a streetlight, calling out encouragement. "Bend your knees! Faster on the roll-up! Stay over the board!" Rain began to fall lightly, bringing the smell of wet asphalt and river mist. Treyven slipped so badly he slid halfway down the concrete. Mud streaked his hoodie, and his board was dripping. "I should just go home," Treyven muttered. Guy Wolf landed right in front of him. "Quitting won't make you dry. Detroiters don't quit in the rain. All right, Guy Wolf, one more try. Chapter 5. The Big Saturday. It was a perfect Saturday morning. The park was buzzing with wheels on pavement, laughter, and music blasting from a portable speaker. The scent of hot fries and chili dogs drifted through the air. Sunlight glinted off the steel of the bridge, and a light breeze carried the distant sound of the people mover rattling along the tracks. Treyven stood at the top of the ramp. His heart thumped, but his eyes locked on the gap. Guy Wolf sat on the old light pole above, feathers glinting in the sun. Treyven pushed off, rolling faster, faster. Pop! The board lifted, Treyven soared, clack! He landed perfectly, rolling away smooth as glass. The park erupted. Someone shouted, "Yo, Treyven's got it!" Guy Wolf swooped down, landing beside him. I told you, dedication always pays off. Chapter 6. A Crow's Lifelong Watch. From that day forward, Guy Wolf was Treyven's biggest fan. He followed him to Hart Plaza to practice ledges, to the abandoned train station for street clips, and to contests across the city. The smell of street food, the sounds of the trains, and the sights of the skyline became the backdrop to their adventures. Treyven started winning competitions, first local, then national. His name was printed on skateboard decks sold from Detroit to Tokyo. But every interview, every speech, Treyven always said, I owe it all to my friend Guy Wolf, the crow with the silly name who told me never to give up. Chapter 7. The Legacy of Guy Wolf. Crows don't live forever, but Treyven never forgot Guy Wolf. Whenever he skated at Riverside, he'd glance at the light pole, half expecting to see those bright black eyes watching him. And when he saw a young skater ready to quit, he'd smile and say, Let me tell you about a crow named Guy Wolf, and the day he taught me how to keep going. Because once you learn the courage to keep trying, whether you're flying or rolling, you can go anywhere. And in Detroit, that's just how we do it.